Hey, good people. I hope everyone is doing fantastic today. This is part two of my four-part series. This series is really no code job basics. Part two is going to be about how tech teams operate. So let's get into it. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alicia B. I have 19 years experience in consulting, business analyst, product owner, project manager, scrum master, and agile coach. I really enjoy working with women and helping them pivot into careers in technology. Um, let's hop right into it. So, tech teams. So, tech teams are comprised of engineers, which are developers or coders, testers. Those are people who test to make sure that what the engineer created actually matches to what the business analyst designed. And in addition, they also test to see if what the engineer created broke something else, right? So in my mind, a tester is also an engineer, technically, right? Because even though there's less coding than if you were an engineer or a programmer or developer, all those are the same title, a tester still needs to understand coding way more than anyone in a no code tech role would. Testers do manual testing where they sit down on the computer and they're reading a script and then they're typing in each test. And they also do automated testing where they went and created a test, like created all the steps, and they just like click go and wait for it to run the steps. The other people on a tech team are the business analysts. So it's business analyst or BA. This is the no code tech role that I recommend that everybody start with. The business analyst is someone who is going to work with stakeholders. So stakeholders are the people that are asking for whatever this change is. Basically, that's what they are. So the BA is going to work with them to come up with the requirements, narrow down the requirements, ask any clarifying questions. After the change has gone through, it's going to be the BA that contacts them to say, hey, we finished the thing that you wanted. Here it is. Let's you and I walk through it together, right? Or you walk through it, come back to me later if you have some complaints, right? So the BA is that interface in between the business and the stakeholder and the team themselves. Another person on a tech team is the product owner. So the product owner generally has more experience with the product than the BA. Sometimes it's the other way around, but it's really the product owner who has like the last say in what things get worked on. Or if something comes up and the team needs to pivot and stop working on this and work on something else, it's the product owner that makes that decision. Okay, we can only do so much work. So if we got to work on this new thing because somebody just has to have it, right? Then what things are we going to give up? So the person that makes that decision is the product owner. So the product owner is also a no code role, but it's not necessarily good as a first role, right? Because the product owner is someone who has deep knowledge of whatever that product is. So generally, you start off at as a BA, you can go to be product owner as a next step role, if that makes sense. And then the last person on a tech team is the scrum master. So the scrum master is going to run the daily meeting. In the daily meeting, it's just 15 minutes. You go around the team, like, what are you working on? Are you blocked? Right? If you have questions about work or there's an idea that you want to discuss, then that's saved for the meet after. So the meet after is another 15 or 20 minutes where you dive deep into whatever wasn't covered in the first 15. So the idea is If you don't have any extra stuff to say, or you're not the person somebody's trying to get information out of, then you're good. You get to leave after the first 15. But if you need to stay to the meet after, then you just stay for the meet after. So the Scrum Master is the person that runs both those meetings. The Scrum Master also keeps track of how much work is getting done, how quickly they're doing it, right? And then the Scrum Master is going to help resolve issues. So issues would be like the team has an input from another team and that team is late getting it. The Scrum Master is the person that goes over to whoever is over that team to say, hey, we really needed this and y'all stuff is late. What y'all gonna do about it? Like, that's the Scrum Master's job. So again, a Scrum Master job is a no-code job, but it's not necessarily your first no-code job, right? Generally, well, in my opinion, the best Scrum Masters are people who have already been on an Agile team because they already know how the team is run. I know that these companies that are giving Scrum Master certifications are telling people, hey, you don't need to have a job in tech to get this certification. Just give me this money, and once you have this cert, then you can get this job. But if you actually go on those job boards and look at the Scrum Master roles, they'll tell you, number one, we want a cert. In particular, we want a cert from these particular organizations, right? Number one. Number two, we want you to have 2 to 5 years experience as a Scrum Master, right? Because if you only know the book knowledge, then you don't have enough experience to go resolve the issues, right? If companies were only looking for people to just run a meeting, that business analyst can run that stand-up meeting and run the meeting after the meeting. You know what I mean? So the sweet spot for a Scrum Master is they need to know how to talk to the other teams to get all those issues resolved, if that makes sense. So ideally, I suggest that business analyst is the first role that you should look into if you want to pivot into a role that's in technology. And as a business analyst, it's great if you have worked in any industry and you're knowledgeable about some type of process, because the information that you already know is the information that the engineers need to dig deeper into. So if you do have 5 years of experience in some type of process and you're interested in becoming a BA, contact me. Check out my content. Let me help you come up with a plan to get you there. Let's see, did I cover everything for how the tech teams operate? Yeah, I did. So let me go over how you can connect with me. My email address is hello at aliciabcoaches.com. ALICIA, B is in B, no, B is in black, EEcoaches.com. I also have a community on Patreon. And on Patreon, I have a free download of a notes page that goes along with this series. My Patreon is patreon.com/AliciaBCoaches. I'll go to the collections tab and then free content, and then download off the cuff no code tech jobs notes. And then you'll see the notes for all 4 of these sessions. And then at the top of my Patreon, there's a little button, join for free. Join for free will get you on my email distro list. And then lastly, I do have some free videos and I go live on my YouTube page. My live events are Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central. My YouTube is the link in my bio here on TikTok, and it's youtube.com/@Alicia B Coaches. Thanks for your time and attention. Have a good one.